Hey guys, happy Monday. How are you? I want to talk to you first about the next 2 weeks and how we'll play that out. Some of you have asked about a final. Yeah, there usually is a final project in government, a written paper. We as government teachers agreed that that wouldn't happen because there's no finals in other classes. That won't happen here. So we have 6 classes left, and I'm going to do my job and teach you 6 more times, or teach you Monday and Wednesday and give you time to catch up on Friday. But we'll just continue on talking about things that are important. And you and I sat here this week, you running towards graduation and me running towards retirement. And we were caused to pause by everything that's been going on in the news in the last 2 weeks. And I can't be your government teacher and ignore the fact that um, our nation is in the middle of a whole bunch of really difficult things. So today's lesson will talk about, well, today's won't talk about. Today's lesson will examine those those difficult things and have you think about it, right? So for the next 2 weeks, it'll be less writing. For those of you who've done all the work, you've done a lot of writing, and it got better and better. That's the purpose of this course, right? That you go to college ready to write really well. And some of you have really done a great job of progressing. So this week, I'm not going to flood you with more writing. I'm going to ask you to think. I'm going to ask you to react as you think. If we're in school right now, as June 1st hits, we would know each other well by now and we'd be talking every day more than writing every day. So that's kind of the plan for the next 2 weeks, and it'll be a good plan. And I won't leave you without thought, I hope. So, 2 weeks ago, a young man was killed while jogging, and we saw that play out. Last week, a middle aged man was handcuffed and killed during the arrest, and we saw that play out. And I don't think any of us believe that either one of those men died in a state of justice, right? They weren't being treated with justice in either one of those situations. That's not the question here. The question here now is, what do we do? How do we react to these two in your face injustices? And that's what we'll talk about this week. Long ago, and my daughter played a major role in this as she married my son in law, Phil, taught me that I should maybe talk less about race and listen more because, and she's not mocking me because of this or uh, disrespecting me, because I've never experienced racism. I've never experienced sexism. I I'm a white male in America, and so Laura told me maybe it's time to listen more than it is to talk. So as I saw these things play out, instead of talking, I started asking some questions. And so I called on some former colleagues, some former students who are grown and productive adults now. One works for the sheriff's department. The other is an RN in the middle of the COVID crisis. Both are incredibly busy. Both were students of mine at Corcoran, and both are women of color. And these women are bright and powerful, and they know what they think. So instead of me saying, "Well, I'm going to do a lesson on all these things happening in the news," I reached out and I said, "How does it feel? How does it feel to have black children? How does it feel to have a black son? How does it feel to be black amidst these arrests gone wrong and amidst the first peaceful and now violent protests? What does it feel like?" And instead of saying, "Well, I'm going to teach about this," I listened. And I think that's maybe the best lesson I've been taught across the years is that I don't have to be the expert because I'm not, right? I don't know what it's like to be discriminated against. Um, my grandchildren will, right? And so if I want to be able to help them, I got to understand it. I got to have to have empathy and not sympathy. So, Andrea Moore and Joy Moore, these two students, now grown sisters, reached back to me, who were very kind in their busy, busy lives, and suggested that we listen instead of talk, that we ask instead of tell, that we feel instead of react, that we try to develop a sense of empathy for those people in America who might not wake up as privileged as I do or as free as I am. My little grandson, Everett, I plan on teaching him every attitude I have, right? And I have attitude. I know my rights, I know where they're written, I know court cases that have upheld them. And if you're going to take away my rights, I'm going to be all up in your business, and I will be. I'm good at it, right? That's one of my great joys of teaching this, right? Is I know enough stuff to actually defend my freedom. And I always thought I'd pass that on. I pass it on to my kids. I thought I'd pass it on to my grandkids. And I want to, and I will. But will that come across differently for my grandson Everett, who will be a boy of color, than it did for young Jimmy when I was a kid? And I was a pain in the butt kid. Um, will it be different? And if it's different, man, the 14th Amendment is at stake, right? The 14th Amendment, ratified in 1868, said that everyone is equal in the eyes of the law, everyone is entitled to due process. And I have to ask myself now, in 2020, whether my grandson will have the same due process as his grandfather. He's got to, right? He's got to, right? Isn't that what we say? Isn't that what we preach? So that's me talking and wondering. That's me sitting here and battling with the hard ideas. So I thought we'd do this. I thought we would listen to a conversation, a really powerful reflection by a man of color, and listen to what he says and just hear him out. Just listen, right? Because unless you're a person of color, you don't know what it feels like. And hear him out, listen to him. And then today, very differently than before, I want you to react in a video reflection. I want you to say what you're thinking and feeling and what you're frustrated about and what you're angry about. And share that in just a short video. I don't care how long it is, I care that it's important. Um, I'll take your opinions no matter what they are. Joy and Andrea said, I have to listen and not tell. So I'll take your opinions. But I want your opinions to be a reaction um, to the tape I'm going to play. Don't react to what you feel about the news. React to what this man says about his experience. Right? He has the right to tell you what it's like to feel like a minority. So listen to him, and then just tape me a short video that says something. I'd love to share those with other colleagues, with each other, with you guys, but I need your permission to do that. So if you don't want it, absolutely no problem. Say this is a private video, Mr. Kursfield. Here's what I think. Here's what I feel. If you would allow me to share it, say you can share this within the district, within other students and other faculty, and I will look to share your powerful words. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear what you're thinking in these days of death and protest, and how does it make you feel? I heard one candidate say, and I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm being honest, this is the real me, so you're stuck with the real me today. Um, I heard one of the candidates say this is a problem of older generations. This will not be the problem of Generation Z. And I find so much hope in that. I hope that you'll take care of my grandson, that you'll take care of him, that you'll give him every right that you have. I hope that's true. Um, 1868 was a long time ago, but I hope that's true. But this candidate said this is a problem of our generation. If you believe that, tell me that. Tell me what you're feeling. Um, listen. That's the key part of this. That's what I had to learn to do. Listen, and then send me a brief video in whatever format you figure out. You're better at it than I am. And just react to what this gentleman says and what you feel and think about all that is going on around you. No one's going to be embarrassed, and I'm an old man. I can take diverse reactions, but I really want to hear what you think. I want to give you an audience. I want to hear what you think. I want to listen instead of dictate. All right, guys, send me a video after you listen to this gentleman's um, reflection. You'll see his link right after this long Chrisfield link, but I want to be crystal clear as we go through these hard times. You're graduating at a crazy time, and maybe you're the group who's fit for that. I believe you are. Take care.